say this: self-deception is the absolute worst kind of deception a person can have, because you convince yourself that this is the way things are. You're not even going deeper and realizing, why am I thinking that way? Why am I thinking that marriage is a bad thing? Why am I thinking that all relationships fail? Why am I thinking that this is not worth my energy and my time because, everybody's going to cheat? Why is that my mentality? If those are your mentalities, then you have to heal. You are not healed yet. That's not to say it to beat you up, but it's to be honest and be transparent. If you are not healed, all you're going to do is bring that negative mindset and that negative mentality and that negative thought process and thought pattern into your relationship, and it is going to fail. It's not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. And you can stay in a loveless, lifeless marriage or relationship for 20, 30 years and never be truly happy. But once you have a true connection with a person, you're going to want to build. You're going to want to become better. You're going to want to be driven to be a better person every day of your life, because that person's going to pull that out of you, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to pull that out of them. They're going to want to become accountable. They're going to want to be a better person that's honest and integral. They're going to want to be those things because you pulled that out of that person. But if you're broken and you have that negative mindset and that negative mentality about relationships and why they fail, and it's the women's fault, no, it's the man's fault, and it's this, no, it's both people's fault. Because first of all, you're getting into relationships with people you don't have a true connection with. And secondly, you're getting into relationships with people after you have not done the work. Do the work. Heal thyself first. When you heal yourself, once you will begin to draw the right kind of people into your life, not negative people, not people that are just here to tear you down or suck the lifeblood out of you. You're going to draw the right kind of people because you're coming with the right kind of energy. So I challenge each and every one of you guys to truly, truly examine your life and truly, truly examine where you are and what you're looking for in your relationships. If you know that you are not where you need to be financially, mentally, emotionally, otherwise, then you need to work on that before pursuing a relationship with somebody. And I'm the first to tell you, it gets lonely being single. But at the end of the day, I absolutely love my singleness. I love my singleness. I love being able to work on me and look at all of the things that I've been able to accomplish. Since being single, I've been able to launch, 3 different businesses. I have this podcast. I have my album coming out on Valentine's Day. I've written a book. I've started a nonprofit. This is all of the things that I am doing because I'm not distracted by a man. I am focused on becoming the best version of myself. In therapy, my therapist tells me all the time how she has seen me grown in the last 3-4 years by leaps and bounds. I used to be so sad and so depressed and so unhappy and just feeling like I was unworthy of love. But when I stopped looking at all that stuff and I focused my energy internally on becoming the best version of myself, I now saw a difference in the type of woman that I was. And when I saw that difference, there were no limits to what I can accomplish. And I'm just scratching the surface of where I'm going to be. So I encourage you guys to take that same account of your own life and do the same work, because I promise you it's going to be worth it. The investment that we make in ourselves is the best investment we can ever make. If you fail to invest in you and you don't believe in you, then how the heck is somebody else going to believe in you? How is somebody else going to want to hear you or follow you? They're not, because you're not even investing in you. Take the time to heal. I know it can get lonely, but guess what? You've got to learn how to love you. When I started my self-love journey, the first thing that I did, and I told this to my therapist, I said, you know what? Every week I'm going to date myself. So it was right after a breakup. So I started going to this place that I love to go to, where, as a matter of fact, it's the place where I released my singles. I started going there every Friday and Saturday night, and I would sit at the bar by myself. I would have conversations with people, but my purpose was not there to meet anybody. My purpose was to date me and be okay with being by myself. I would take me to the movies. I would take me to dinner. I took me to dinner every week when I first started this healing process. I would take me on fancy places. I would get dressed up. I would beautify myself because I was presenting myself to myself. And I needed to love me for me. I needed to love being in my company. I didn't look to a man to fulfill that in me. So now, coming full circle, 4 or 5 years later, I know who I am. So I always go places by myself. I still go to that same place and date myself once a week, at least. If I'm not there, then I do other things. I date myself. I take myself on trips. I travel. I've been not all over the world, but I've been quite a few places around the world, and I'm still working on it. I'm still going places. I'm still traveling. I'm still doing things that I love because I'm being true to who I am. I love me. So the man that comes into my life is just going to add to that. He's going to love me, but I don't depend on him for love because I love me. I love the person that I am, the woman that I have become. And so I celebrate me on purpose and intentionally every single day. And that's the mindset and mentality that we have to get to as humans. Work on thyself. Fix thyself. Don't try to be somebody else's fixers because guess what? You're not God. You're not capable of fixing somebody else. They have to want to change. They have to want to put the work in. They have to do the work. They have to do the actions that are necessary to become the best version. It's not your job to fix them. It is your job to fix thyself. And even with that, you're not even able to do that by yourself. You need God. You need whoever your higher power is to help you along the way. So I encourage you guys to put the work in yourself and actually pursue real connection, because that's the only key that's going to keep you and your partner together. This is why marriages don't fail, because people marry people they're not truly in a connection with. They do not have a real connection. They have attraction, they have lust, they have compatibility sometimes, but they don't have a true connection, and it's destined to fail. So let's stop failing. Let's learn from our past mistakes and become better humans every day intentionally. I can't wait to release my album because I have a song called It's Intentional. We've got to be intentional with our efforts. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this message. I hope you get something out of it. It is from my heart. I never write these things down. I never really always have the topic figured out, but I just allow the Holy Spirit to use me, and I allow myself to be open to whatever direction that this conversation comes in. I hope it's a blessing to you. I wish you all well. We are going to be and already are. I speak that we already are the best versions of ourselves. So when we're presented to our person, or we present ourselves to that person, or they present themselves to us, they're going to see the best version of us. Not the perfect version, but the best version, because we're always working. We're always growing. We're always becoming better. And that should be your goal. If that stopped being your goal, then don't date until you work on you and you love being in your own presence. Nobody gives me more fulfillment than myself. All right, guys. I love you very much. Have an amazing, amazing weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye.